Greetings and welcome back once again to Gettysburg. Now, where we left off, General Lee was about to arrive on the battlefield. General Longstreet had just arrived in Cashtown. What else? Rhodes is almost fully deployed for battle and to attack north of the town. And otherwise, the attack is just still ongoing. So, without further ado, let's see what has happened this turn. Let's see if anything crazy has happened. As just more Federals keep arriving. At the moment, we're fairly even in losses. I've lost more infantry, naturally, because, well, I don't have cavalry really to use. So, yeah. Over here, Julius Daniels' brigade has now, quote, deployed. Iverson is deployed. O'Neill isn't, and neither is Ramseur or Doles. But Ramseur and Doles are basically to be the divisional reserves. The guns, I'm basically going to deploy most of Rhodes' artillery around the almshouse to try and help clear this area. Seventh Wisconsin, 24th Michigan, 6th Wisconsin. The Federals are definitely still putting up a hell of a fight. But the question is, how long can they keep it up? That's the real question, isn't it? And more importantly, how long can I keep it up? As I do have some units that are now just thoroughly exhausted. Like these boys. Well, they're not thoroughly exhausted. They're tired, but they're not exhausted yet.
Well, the fearful struggle is ended now, and peace smiles.
And I have a few units that are basically not mauled, but taken a few hits. 16%, 20%, 26% rather. 14. Okay, they just shot me. Oof. Alright.
All wearied o'er our limbs and drenched with many a battle shower, we fain would rest, for want of strength we yield them up the day.
18.
And the flag so proudly borne while wearing the gray. But defeat is not dishonor, no.
One firing unit with low ammo, so
We should thank God that in our breast this priceless
range 2 modifier -40, so yeah.
Beneath our flag, and they nobly died while wearing the gray.
Range 5 modifier -20, so no effect naturally. They are probably going to run because of their fairly, quote, terrible quality. $23, another 6, 10 over there. We are exchanging. Oof. 19 in return.
When in the ranks of war we stood and faced the deadly hail, our simple suits of gray composed our only coats of mail. And of those awful hours that marked the bloody battle day, in memory will still be seen a wearing of the gray. Oh, and should we reach that glorious place where waits the sparkling crown, for everyone who for the right his soldier life laid down, God grant to us the privilege upon that happy day of clasping hands with those who fell wearing of the gray.
I can already see him preparing breastworks further back. So he's basically fighting to delay me, among other things. Which makes sense. If he doesn't, I will literally swarm over Cemetery Hill. So he's fighting very hard to prevent me from getting up there. What's my 1900, so... For the first day, the fact that I've only lost 2,000 men, give or take, is not at all shabby. So I'm actually going to probably start pushing a little harder to try and break his line. There still seems way too many federal regiments. Yeah, there we go. I thought they would. The Georgian regiments there routed. Not surprising at all. So 6 units undisrupt, 4 units rally, 2 routed, 1 doesn't recover fatigue, and 1 resupplied, so... Let's do, as always, where we lead off. Get General Lee charging down the turnpike, the pike again, which now officially gets him in command range of both Hill and Ewell. So, and with them both in command range now, it will make my boys a little more resilient to routes. Or rather, not so much routes, but make them easier to rally. Gonna do that as always. Get the North Carolina sharpshooters forward. And then naturally Longstreet is going to stay in Cashtown for the moment. So next we will have General Smith zooming down the York Pike. Can he be seen? That's the question. No, he cannot. Good. My surprise arrival of Early's division has not yet been spoilt by cavalry. So we will go to as far as possible without naturally overshooting, and then you will look to play catch up. There we go. There we go. I'll create a little bit of a gap between Gordon and Hayes, but it will still get them moving forward. The Louisiana Guard. This battery of guns, the Staunton, Virginia battery, will basically come onto the York Pike and basically follow Smith, mostly so he can get onto mostly so the guns can then be set up on Benner's Hill to try and enfilade the position. Now let's do Daniel. So Julius Daniel's brigade will continue his advance. And then we now deploy Ramseur's brigade around Blotcher's Knoll. Oop, oop, oop. Unlimber the guns there. Unlimber the guns. So those 8 guns at the Elms House should have a decent range. They're not going to be at the best range, but any range is better than no range. So, in this case, Iverson. What can you see? You can't see them, so please and thank you. Nice, I caught one of his guns. And then O'Neill. O'Neill and his brigade will likewise move up and sort of take up position there. Louisiana Morris guns. They will unlimber there. And then finally Doles will basically deploy here. You will blast them, as will you. Doesn't do a lot, but hey ho, anything is better than nothing. You will try and you will work on rallying them. 8 casualties. They are rallied, so instead you will actually rally them for me. Rallied, but still disrupted, so they are going to work on that. Unlimber them. Now these guns will have two choices. Try and counter battery or blast some Federal infantry. I think I'm going to counter battery with them. Except for this gun, which is the howitzer. Other guns, you will blast them. These 8 guns will blast them as well. Counter battery. You 2 will likewise counter battery. Not really doing all that much, so I think we will give the counter batterying a pause for the moment. And again, focus on trying to blast Federal infantry. So what else can we do here? You're still low ammo. Let's move you there. Thomas is going to have to work back, I think, to try and help not collapse my line with his fairly unreliable troops. Lane is going to head back as well. Scales. Scales will work his way back for, again, fairly simple reasons. The biggest of which being holding my flank. Still. Perrin, you have got to rally them. And Lane will go into there to try... Whoops, that's not Lane's boys, are they? Whoopsies, they're Thomas, not Lane. Open fire on them. The Tennesseans will fall back behind there. The 11th Mississippi will pour it into the 24th Michigan. The 2nd Mississippi with Brigadier General Davis will pour it into them, which is the 7th Wisconsin, and I'll advance the 42nd Mississippi to also pour it into the 24th. Now I can do one of 2 things here. Push up these boys to try and keep... Yeah, I will. Pour it into the 56th. The 47th North Carolina, I will shift down here to pour it into them. And I'll also shift the 52nd. Yeah, we'll shift the 52nd this way as well. And we'll just basically shift Pettigrew to the right a bit. I've got to start sort of hitting him harder, because otherwise this line is just never going to collapse. So I've got to hit it harder, or it is just not going to collapse. Now, I could do something potentially aggressive here, but it's not worth it. Meredith with the Wisconsins. I've still at least got Brockenbauer fresh. To commit if necessary. Because Brockenbauer I've not even made use of, because, well, his brigade is so barely useless. But I might commit him into the town to try and help clear it. What can you see? You are seeing my guns, you're seeing plenty of my infantry. Rhodes, let's move Rhodes forward so he's in command of, well, pretty much everyone. Not necessarily everyone, but as long as he's in command of practically everyone. There we go. In command of everyone. So, with Lee now about to arrive at McPherson's Ridge, Rhodes, not Rhodes, Ewell, you're going to basically sit behind there, and Early is what? Let's think about this. Say, there by the end of the turn, by next turn, there by turn after that, turn deploying, turn attacking. So, yeah, he's going to take about 5 turns before he's fully here, so that will be about 2:30, give or take. Will be about 2:30 roughly when he arrives and starts taking part fully. Still, all things considered, I am still pretty happy. Next turn, the Hardaway Alabama Battalion, Alabama Battery will unlimber to start laying in its fire, especially considering it's got its Whitworths. So at range 6, it should be pretty effective. And there's the Hoffman House. So, again, for the most part, could I be in a better position? Yeah, sure. Could I be in a hell of a lot worse? Could I be in a worse spot? Yeah. But I wonder who this lot is deploying here. I mean, that's at least, what? 6. That's probably 10 guns. Give us take a few. So Daniel, again, next turn will swarm over the top, essentially push to the rail line, and then start exchanging fire. Because if he's not careful, I'm going to swarm in such a way to take those guns. The 35th Virginia Cavalry Battalion. I am going to bring these boys round and then up here to get some looks at and see what we can see, because, well, you never know. Is there anything else that says do this? Not really. My one issue, and it's a fairly big one, is I am quickly guzzling supplies. I've been quickly guzzling my ammunition, my divisional ammunition, so where is... That's Stewart's divisional train, Pickett's division. Yeah, my divisions have been quickly guzzling their ammo. Because, well, there ain't gonna be much more. Because it's not like I've got core supply wagons. Each division just has a wagon, so again, I'm quickly guzzling through some of my ammunition. Artillery ammunition, I've still got quite a lot for now. I got just under 5,000 rounds to continue firing at them. But, of course, that's got to last 3 days. So, we shall see. Still, I'm happy. I will live with it. Now, I thank you all for watching once again. Do I want to attack? Do I want to melee anyone? Not particularly. Because there's nothing particularly appealing for melees without potentially suffering appalling losses, so I would say one of the best is this, but with the 5th Alabama Battalion disrupted and not able to join in, it's not going to work. The 47th could hit these, but again, with them not disrupted and the town bonus, they're not going to be driven out very easily. Had the 52nd been here or here to support, then I would have probably done it. But otherwise, no, I'll just try and drive them off with gunfire. So, what have we lost? 2,000 for me. Oh, that's rather hilarious. I've lost 1993 infantry. The bloody year I was born. Low. And 2 guns. he's lost 1,320 infantry and 548 cavalry and 4 guns. So it's definitely in my favour at the moment, but it's day one. It naturally should be in my favour. Day two should be about equal, and then day three is definitely where the Federals should have the quote advantage, with the arrival of Sedgwick and his 6th Corps. So, still, for now, I think that is it. So, again, if you have enjoyed, please leave a like, a comment, or even subscribe if you really liked it. Let me know how I can improve the videos, what you like about them, what you don't like about them, etc, etc, etc. And as I always note, these are live commentaries, so I tend to go on a bit of a ramble, and my brain can be working in mysterious ways. But, that is that. So, again, I thank you all, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.